It's Richard Hart here. I just wanted to let you know that the Pulsechain.com mainnet has launched, and PulseX.com on that mainnet has launched as well. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We waited a couple years for this, and it's finally here.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another day of Pulsechain madness, and of course crypto as well. Pullback still in play, but we're going to talk about some of the cool things happening and get a bit of deep dive into the data. We're also going to look at the fact that there are so many opportunities on Pulsechain to make mad gains there everywhere, and on this pullback gives you a nice little lower cost, higher volume entry. So good times ahead, as we say, good times ahead. So what's up, Pulsechain? Let's get into it. And where else is here? We got a few people in the house already. Pulsechain GG in the house there. What's up? Hey, you're in first. I don't know where everyone else is. Normally there's a lot of the usuals, but we got a few new names there. Pulsechain GG. Good to see you in the house. If you guys are new to the channel, of course, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. We're streaming on 3 channels: Pulsechain, YouTube, Superman Crypto, and of course Hex Token channel. Over 10,500 subscribers, so definitely smash it up, and we'll keep riding up, get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's pretty much what you do on YouTube, either fast or slow, however it goes. That's where we're going to be. Genuine in the house there, Blair SM in as well. Hi, and hola a todos, says Archipelago. Hola a todos. So good to see you, Archie. Welcome to the chat there, and let's get straight into it, man. We got talk about the markets. Let's go. Bam. Let's bring in the market. Stock market to start off with. Man, stock market still crushing it. S&P 500 clinches third straight record close on tech strength. So having some good numbers in the reporting season for tech stocks. And of course, the Dow Jones there down 0.25%, 96 points to 37,905. That's, remember, the top 30 industrial firms. But moving to tech stock indices, we've got the S&P 500 is up 0.25% there, or actually 0.29, and 14 points to 4,864. So still looking really good. The Nasdaq, of course, with all the tech companies in it, is up 0.43%, and that is up 65 points to 15,425. So looking pretty good on the Nasdaq. US dollar gained strength again, and that is up to 103.35, up 0.02% there today. Moving to commodities, we got West Texas and Brent oil. They is around about $75 and $80 respectively, just underneath that. And gold at the moment, $2,028, and silver $22.57. So that is some of the stuff happening with commodities. Silver, they're both of them pretty even actually at the moment. So not really much in terms of economic news. Obviously a lot around the tech stocks and home building and things like that. We're going to move on to the Federal Reserve and have a look at the next meeting coming up. It is getting closer and closer. And of course, 1 week, man, we're almost down to under a week. So 1 week and 19 days to go, folks, until we get that Fed meeting. 31st of January at 2 p.m. Eastern time, the first one for the year of 2024. And at the moment, we have a no change expected, so expecting nothing really much to happen there. March, of course, we're expecting, actually the majority now expecting a no change in March. So no change in March is expected now. That has changed a lot. And May there, only 81.5% expecting a 81.5% expecting a pivot in May. But I still think that given the fact we've got all this weakness, that maybe even June is the most likely at this stage. So May possibly, but probably June is where we might be the earliest at the moment, and we're expecting, everyone is expecting a pivot by then. So I think that may be the case. And of course, we'll probably expecting to enter recession in the second half of 24. And then suddenly, interest rate pivots and potentially monetary expansion, which is good for asset bubbles. But, we could have a little bit of a setback there, particularly for stock market. And so we're going to be watching that in terms of the middle of the year / the beginning of the second half. So let's see how we get on there at the moment. But getting to an interest rate pivot, that's got to be positive. But once again, we get those lagged effects, particularly on employment, which is, the Fed Reserve's trying to trade off interest rates for employment. So we'll see how we get on. and they're always late, right? They always move late, and more damage is caused than necessary. You know how it rolls. So that is coming up there, but generally positive. We get that May, June Fed pivot. Bring it on. Bitcoin, man, oh man, it was back under 40,000, back over 40,000. We kind of got support levels at 38,000, right? And we're currently at 39,760. And of course, Bitcoin dominance at 49.38%. So Bitcoin dominance has got stronger versus all the altcoins there. Ethereum has really been hit a bit hard lately, and it is down 3.27%. You can see Bitcoin's actually up slightly. So Ethereum down 3.27%, $2,242. And remember, we've currently got Protodank sharding testing on Goerli testnet, which is the last time Goerli is going to be used. And, but still, Ethereum pulled back quite strongly there. BNB down 2.4% as well. XRP down 1.7%. ADA down 0.62%. Solana is pretty even at the moment. What else is interesting? Dodge is down 2.9%. Tron is down 1.8% at the moment. So those are kind of some of the major ones there. Even Litecoin down 2.75% there at the moment. So Bitcoin, though, cooled off from looks of it. Cooled off. However, obviously we've been having a bit of pressure there. Let me just find out where I had the information. I think I have it all over here. So this is the Bitcoin here. This is from one of our two top sources, Eric Balkahunas there. And we're having a look at his summary data. So assuming his data is correct here, we've got all the ETFs on the left-hand side. Obviously, Grayscale has been the talk of the town. And, of course, we've had FTX selling, kicking this off, really, and the exit out of Grayscale, right? Obviously, all the other ones have been doing very well. iBit and Fidelity there, so BlackRock and so forth, been doing very well with inflows. So we've had 1.7, what's that? What 1689, 1.7 billion inflows there for BlackRock there, and Fidelity 1.4. However, we had these net outflows, right? So from Grayscale, 3447. So pretty massive outgains there. So the total net is 1071 there. And of course, the XGBDC there is 4,519 with the millions there. So pretty hardcore. In terms of Bitcoin there, you can see that Bitcoin, IBIT there is at 41,000. Bitcoin held, and Fidelity there, 35,216. Those are the Bitcoin holdings. But of course, Grayscale there really getting rid of a lot of stuff from Grayscale down to 553,000 on Grayscale there. And of course, FTX they're selling out early on, was it about $1 billion or so? Obviously, Liquidator doesn't really care, right? Just dumpity dump. So that's where the sort of selling pressure, and of course, that means we had a big sell off after the Bitcoin ETFs, ironically, right? It's kind of most ironically there at the moment. So the great GBTC Gorge hit the record, negative 640 million on Monday. The 9 did their best, so the other NFTs did their best to offset, but fell short with a 553 million haul. Rolling net flows still healthy at plus 1 billion, but ongoing battle. The 9 now have a 20% share versus GBTC. Volume also remains very tight for new launches in the second week. So waiting for that. Obviously, that's the day one. That's the first week there, 7 day 7 results and totals. So, yeah, Bitcoin being under pressure. Maybe it's cooled off now. We'll be looking to see how that goes. All right, so let's get into Bitcoin a bit more. We can see at the moment we've had this sell long. We actually sold down to 38,500. So we had kind of support at 38, right? And this, remember this yellow line here, this is the 50 moving average. We broke down the 20, right? Which we'd been riding up the 20, and now we broke down the 50. So down we were going to go, right? And down here is the 200 moving average, 35,400. But we kind of got a bit of horizontal support there at 38,000, right? So that's where resistance is at the moment. So maybe we've cooled off for the time being. All right, that leads us into the Bitcoin halving course in April. So we're getting a tick tock closer to that. And I think, pretty things will wash out, and then we'll be able to move back up, slowly forward into the bull market. 83 days away until the Bitcoin halving expected. So that is kind of the key there. Let's jump over to Ethereum. Ethereum at the moment hit real hard. As you guys know, I talked about yesterday, well, once we had broken down the 20 EMA, we had some real weakness and then we were teetering on the 50. Just looked like we were going to follow it down and get smashed. It has occurred, and of course we got down to $21,065, a high of $2,349. We're currently at $2,239 there, so we broke down, the 20 and the 50 EMA. We still had our golden cross. The support at 200 is $2,000, and we do have some resistance here at 2,130. So we sort of just above that. Are we going to get one more day of weakness? We'll see how we go. It is obviously Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll possibly have one more red day, and of course then potentially consolidate and bounce there at 2,140. We'll see how we go. Nothing's inevitable, of course. That is kind of where we may go to today. All right, let's see here. We have to move on. Obviously, at the moment we've got Protodank sharding in January to February. 7th of February is the third and final one, and then March we're expecting in March here. That's when we're expecting potentially Protodank sharding going to mainnet, and of course that will particularly benefit Optimism, Arbitrum, and others like that. Second layers. We went through that in depth yesterday. Bam, that leads us to the Pulsechain for day 256. We're going to get into that. Before we do, though, let's catch up on the chat and see how everybody else is doing. That's sort of the stock market and general crypto. Who else has jumped in here? Eddie says opportunity is a knocking. It definitely is a knocking on Pulsechain. Lots of opportunity for sure. Let's spin around, she said. Says Wookie. And I wonder where Wookie comes at. I think Wookie's probably a poet. And he does these abstractions, and maybe he's an abstract poet. So well done, Wookie. I think I've worked you out now. I've worked out what your comments are all about. You've got this beautiful artistic flow coming from you as abstract poetry. So I think from now on Discord, I'm gonna have to treat you a little bit different. I'm gonna have to, maybe embolden and open up opportunities for your artistic poetry to come out. Really is. I think I've hit the nut. I've been working on it for months, trying to see where Wookie is at with these beautiful abstract poetry. Now, a lot of people don't talk about poetry these days, I don't think, but definitely, it's something maybe we should have a poetry hour in the Discord where you can just come out and share that poetry. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Isn't that really nice? Ethereal moments could be really quite peaceful as well. So yeah, we might bring that on. So I hope you're ready to speak that out. Speak your words to your power to words there. Wookie in the Discord. We're looking forward to it. Session with Wookie and abstract poetry. It's going to be beautiful. I think it's going to be lovely. Now, normally we focus on crypto hardcore, but maybe occasionally it's nice to take a little bit out there for the arts and crafts and see how Wookie goes with that. So we'll probably set that up, Wookie. Get you in there to deliver that for a good hour of your abstract poetry. It's going to be quite a fun time. All right, we had Wookie on the spot, Wookie on the street. Now we're going to Wookie on with the poetry. I think it's going to be a real winner there. We got Joey Torres as well. Hi, all. Good to see you, Joey. Welcome to the chat as well. JL in the house there, formerly CJ. And we got Bam, says Wookie. Yeah, Wookie on the spot says Bam, you got it. You nailed it. We finally got an abstract poetry from Wookie. Brennan says, howdy, folks. Good to see you, Brennan. Poetry with Wookie lol, says Brennan. And of course, I know Brennan will be your first in the audience there for Wookie's abstract poetry. So it's going to be pretty good there. Yes, Wookie is. All right, so Wookie's keen. Okay, cool. Wookie will organize that. I know that will be something that will be pretty popular, I'm sure. All right, let's get back into it. And here we go. We got Pulsechain, day 256, folks, the results. And we're at 0.00107, so still sitting nicely. Pretty similar to yesterday. We're down about 1%, 107 of sacrifice price, so 7% above mean sacrifice price. Pulsex is at 0.00391, and that is currently at 39% of sacrifice price. So still huge amount of upside to Pulsex, and we saw some of that potential the other day, right? So we're got up very high indeed. So yeah, Pulsex really is a good call. We got Power City M protocol coming up as well. That's going to be bullish for Pulsex, and of course incentive token there. The buy and burn though doesn't care about what's happening. It just wants volume, baby, volume. And the buy and burn at 676.4 billion. Pulsex has been bought up and burned now, and we've hit a nice little new milestone there. 3.3% of public supply is now bought up and burned. So this is sneaking up on people, isn't it? Sneaking up on people. is the buy and burn. Incentive token at $2.02. And of course, that is 18,820 is the ratio to Pulse. We have well over 22 million in supply with 118,000 burned through a Jacobs ecosystem and the TRH GameFi protocol. PHEX at the moment at 1.61 cents and EHEX at 8400th of a penny. The combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 2.45 cents. And of course, you guys know we're bullish on Hex. And once we break that 3 cents OMG combined, it's going to be good times, good times. So fun times ahead for Hex, I'm sure. That is pretty much it for day 256. Let's have a quick look at the charts. That is Pulsechain there. And we have a bit of a hammer doji, is it? Hammer doji. And I just like saying these things because they always sound funny, you know, butterfly doji, hammer doji. It's kind of cute, right? It's kind of one of those, like, you know, those Chinese people are into those little cute little animal critters, and they have them all over their cars and everywhere. It's a bit like that. I'm not talking about gremlins. I'm not talking about gremlins. I know you guys like gremlins, but no, I'm talking about the cute side of things, right? Before you put water on them, right? Before you put water on them, the cute version. You got 000108. Where's this show going today? We're talking about abstract poetry, and now we're talking about cute little critters and stuff like that. I don't know what's happening here. 001084. And that is where we're at the moment with a low of a quadruple 9626. Say what? Really? Okay, we were temporarily below the mean sacrifice price today, but back up. We must have had some big seller. I actually haven't got to check the charts for that today, so we're doing this live. And yeah, we've still got a bullish cross there though on the EMA. It's on the daily. Where's that little cross there? It's not even showing. Not sure why that's not showing. Oh, I got the 50-day in the 200-day rolling average there, so we had a golden cross there. Still looking bullish, right? So I really like Pulsechain. You guys like Pulsechain? I think it's looking pretty good. So yeah, let's stabilize around here. I'm liking it so far. All right, so that's Pulsechain, and of course the RSI must be really cooled off now. Yeah, there we are. Look at that, come down, nice. We needed to cool off with the RSI. We're 58 and so forth. Now on the MACD, let's look at the MACD. MACD there just chilling out as well. Maybe we'll have a short little red period, right? Just a really tiny little red period, and then back up for another second green hill, making another green hill there. That's how we want to rock and roll. All right, we're going to come back to Pulsechain chart though. Actually, just talk about it now. Let's talk about it now. So we've got tons of opportunities to make mad gains on Pulsechain. As you guys know, if you've been watching this channel, we've been covering just about every single project, bar a couple of projects which are quite risky, or who knows what they're going to do. But for the most majority, we've been covering a lot of the good ones. So you've been able to see a lot of the projects before a lot of other people. And I know a lot of people have made gains already. So that's the play. Let's bring on the projects. And these are some of the projects that we're expecting coming up. Now, I've got a lot of placeholders here, but Barista is actually the next project potentially launching this weekend, as Baristas understand it. So keep tabs on that one. Let's see if they can launch. That's the front end for liquid loans. Has a auto compounder, and of course they have bean token. So if you're on testnet and you're harvesting a bean token, there may be some sort of airdrop for that. So fingers crossed, not financial advice or anything. And certainly we're not underlying, I wasn't guaranteeing it on this channel, but that is the word on the street from the team. So Barista there with the bean token. So that's could be fun for liquid loans, and maybe launching this weekend. So that is kind of a decent expectation. All the rest of the projects, just the placeholders at the moment. PUSD Algo is probably reasonably practical. That's still got 30 days to go. We're going to be talking about that later on. The fourth stablecoin on Pulsechain, but we're waiting for number 3 stablecoin, right? PUSD Earn protocol. That's just a placeholder at the moment on the 1st of February, but that's going to be coming up pretty soon as well. I actually have enjoyed the gap between liquid loans and PUSD. I think that's going to play out better for Pulsechain. So kind of excited about that. All right, let's move on from Pulse to Pulsex. Actually, we're going to leave some of these up here because we're going to come back and talk about this a bit more. Pulsex at the moment also got the wick down. Must have been some big whale out there. Like I say, I haven't had a chance to look at the detail today. Quadruple 3279, and that was the low today with a high of quadruple 04, which we're currently at the moment. So looking good here, and I'm happy about that. So let's move on. All right, so the RSI cooled off at 58. Pulsex are looking a lot better, as it looks like it's almost done the stash. Let's see how we go on that one. And incentive token also looking pretty good. All look pretty similar with their hammers. And is this the hammer of Thor? In other words, we're going up and away. I think I like it. I like it a lot. So looking good. So incentive, and they're all looking pretty good there. I was supposed to do the ratio to pulse. I forgot about that. PHEX at the moment is also looking pretty good there. Bounced off the 50 Fibonacci and back over the 38. Looking really good actually at the moment. Fingers crossed we can get back over this 1674. Currently 1645. That'd be pretty bullish, and we can zigzag our way back up. I really like a Hex a lot, so hope you guys do too. And up and away, right? Once we get that combined price of 3 cents, man, up to the next level, and say goodbye to bear market conditions. Bull market conditions start to step up with that next phase, the 3 to 5 cents. Look at it there. It's going right now as we're speaking. Well, hey, someone's listening. 1658. We're about to get back over that previous resistance, get back into support. That'd be pretty nice, pushing higher. Now, we only got 8 minutes left in this candle for the day. Isn't that funny? 8 minutes left in that candle. RSI cooled off at 57. We've got a cross here. Let's see if we get a fake out for this MACD. And this crosses back over. That'd be pretty cool. Really short red period, and then do another green mountain. That'd be super bullish. Bring it on. And it's always good to sometimes move your charts up when everything else is going down, looking weak, and then you look strong, and then people come. They want to hang out with the strong kids, right? So let's see how we get on with that with PHEX. EHEX as well is at 86/100th of a penny. This has got definitely, this looks like a butterfly doji there. That looks super bullish, and we're back over the 38 Fibonacci as well. Fingers crossed we can slowly zigzag up there as well. Now, I'm really excited about the EHEX PHEX play. Looking for that parity move as well in the future. Definitely on the cards, right? Definitely on the cards with some of the action that we saw with the last rally that we just came out of. So looking pretty good. The combined price of EHEX and PHEX on InvestX.io. Big shout out to InvestX.io, the #1 workstation on Pulsechain. And here we are with 2.4 cents at the moment. And of course, we've been rejected at pretty much around 3 cents 2 times here as well. And let's hope we can smash it and move into the next zone. That'd be pretty cool, right? We want to get into this zone here and start chilling it with the homies, as we say. There we go. There's a bit of ghetto for you, chilling it with the homies. That is it on a PHEX and EHEX. That brings us back to the numbers here. Let's have a look at the validators. As you guys know, 52,463 validators, 1.68 trillion off the market with validators. I love it. And of course, we're sitting at about 16.5%, 17% of all pulse off the market because of the validators and liquid loans, right? Which always means I should bring liquid loans and have a look at this at the moment and see what they are doing with their numbers, because these things are working together now. Obviously, there's a few other smaller protocols that take pulse off the market, but these are the 2 big ones, right? These are the ones with large significance. This is the highest number I've seen so far. 1.02 trillion pulse off the market, 110 million US dollars. That's even with the pullback, and pulse is off the market. And of course, liquid loans is the number 2 TVL. So PulseX first, then liquid loans. But man, there's got to be some stage potentially in the future that maybe they, maybe never cross, but certainly looking good. USDL 27.7 million is the current stable coins at the moment, and those yields in the liquid loans still looking fantastic. Stability pool APR 118%, and the stake pool APR 60% there. No wonder we've got so many USDL staked in there. 95.32% all the stable coins are staked in there. So there's a positive, right? Positive, everyone with stable coins is earning nice yield. Negative is, of course, we don't have as many of them moving around buying other good stuff there. I guess it's an evolution that's going to take place over time. We're still early, right? Still early. All right. So the other thing, of course, is let's look at the gas prices. 233,000 beats at the moment. 9/10 of a penny for Pulsex swap. 500th of a penny for Pulsecoin transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. 880 times cheaper than Ethereum. $8 to do a swap on Ethereum at the moment. So particularly cheap on Ethereum at the moment at $8. Sounds funny, but it is true. But then, of course, to do a swap on Pulsex, only 9/10 of a penny. So it's 800 times cheaper, even when Ethereum is super cheap to do something. We got 7,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin. $3.75 to send Bitcoin at the moment. And of course, you can see we're pretty much cheaper than everything else. Almost, we're above everything else. Dogecoin, Monero, and Phantom are about as close as you're going to get there to Pulsechain. Now, the cool thing, of course, is that a lot of the protocols that we're going to talk about in a minute, they've got compounding and profit sharing, and that is a big sell feature and plays into the passive income narrative for Pulsechain. So if you think about why people should come, it's because we've got all these projects, we've got all this profit sharing, got compounding, which has helped with the fact that people get a lot of free stuff from the fork of Pulsechain, which forked Ethereum on the 10th of May. And of course, we also got all these protocols allowed to compound and take profit sharing. And of course, we highlighted Internet Money Wallet the other day, and that had a big boom, of course. And now they got Hex Token on there too, right, doing big volumes. So positive there as well. All right, so that's pretty much it for day 256. And of course, we're going to be starting day 257. Let's have a quick look at the bridge just to wrap things up. 121.3 million. So I think we had about 125 million the other day. That was kind of the high that I saw there. At the moment, we're sitting at 121.3, but we used to be down, what was down in the 80 million mark, somewhere like that. So still looking like a boss is the old Pulsechain, and it's only the beginning, right? Only the beginning. All right, the Magic Carpet Ride is going to be happening. It's going to be pretty exciting. I hope you guys get excited too. In fact, let's bring that video in because he likes to get excited. I do. Actually, is it on my desktop videos? Let's play this little video. I love this little clip. I mean, it's some time back now, but you know, the feeling still holds true.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.
It's hilarious to Richard. It's also hilarious to me as well. I love that the risk of a magic carpet ride. Don't you love that? That's poetry. Maybe Wookie, you could build something on top of that because I love that. That is so bullish. So anyway, things are starting to get on fire, and it's early days. So bring it on, as we say. All right, so let's move on. Let's get into some of the other categories. I'm going to race through these, right? These are the other categories. We're going to move on from Richard Hart coins into the top PRC 20s. These got copied over, and some new coins that also got issued on Pulsechain. So let's have a quick look at this. We're going to always sorting by liquidity with the bigger pools at the top. And we can see that PDI there making a bit of a comeback at 00009100. I don't know why I'm particularly attracted to PDI. I guess there's a lot of community around it now. There's sort of this mythical thing happening with PDI. It's up 6% at the moment. Also tied to its what's the big brother there? Is it big brother, little sister? I'll let you guys decide. But it's Tropa there is 5.5% there. Those are two extreme analogies, but hey, look, that's kind of where PDI is at the moment. I think this thing's going to break out soon, man. It really does look like that, doesn't it? Testing. There's a resistance at 0011, so 1100th of a penny. Testing this, and if I got a little line here, maybe put that little line in there, sort of testing that level, isn't it? And then then it takes off like that, and he's like, oh damn, will it get to 1 cent? Will it get to 1 cent? Now the closest it's been is back here on the 15th September. Got up to 2900th of a penny, so almost 3/10 of a penny, and it's a bit of work to get up there, but I don't know, just keeps on testing this line here. This is 11, this is 0011 here, and will it break out to the outside? It's definitely got this nice uptrend, higher lows in place, higher highs. So yeah, might have a really nice move on this one. Speculative, of course. Do your own due diligence, but PDI looking kind of good there. The other cool thing I also talk about is the Bitcoin narrative. Obviously, Bitcoin rallies. Obviously, it's under pressure at the moment with the grayscale, FTX and stuff. But you know, if we got this moving and with up over the next bull market, let's say 15 months sort of thing, then you know this thing here could really rally up by 5.5% at the moment, $54. We'll see as well. Now, this is all relatively speculative, but certainly something to consider if you like a little bit of a speculation bag there. Maybe a little bit of percentage of your portfolio in speculation. A lot of people always talk about 5%, something like that. So it's up to you what you decide to do, but that is the case. What else there? We got Treasury Bill and Teddy Bear. These are two new coins, not forked ones. They're up 3 and 7% respectively. But let's have a look at the big meme coins that got copied over to Pulsechain. First one is SHIB, of course. That is up 1.8% today. and Pepe is pretty much flat today. So they're kind of not doing too badly. So a quick look at the chart for SHIB, and that is the SHIB chart at the moment. Let's have a look at that. So still in the second range. We've kind of got our early range back here, and we've got our second range here at the moment, and it's right in the middle. So not doing too much, but we have got higher lows as well, looking kind of similar to PDI in some ways, isn't it? But it has a bit more work to do just to give us a bit more confidence. Maybe get up to 1700 and then start to form a breakout up there. But once it breaks out, I'm sure it's going to be fun with the SHIB and the Pepe as well. So look at Pepe. Now Pepe here is certainly looks kind of it's a lot weaker, but we'll keep seeing whether this can sort of elevate itself back over to 1,000, lose a zero, get to 7 zeros, 1,000, and maybe we can talk a bit more about it there with the old Pepe. All right, anything else looking pretty interesting? Nothing really. I mean, there's a couple of percentage gains, a few of them, like Uniswap's up 4%, stuff like that. All right, let's jump over to our third category, memes. I know everyone loves meme coins, man. All the influencers doing meme coins, right? We got a number of influencers here. Look, Access Live, Note Token, Randy Alasky, Paul Pleb with Hexy Bastard, Hex Orange Address. I mean, they're like a viral gangster gang, aren't they? The old Hex Orange Address, they're everywhere. They're everywhere there. And I see there's a bit of drama. We don't do drama on this channel, of course. We focus on stuff, but I see there's a little bit of stuff going on there with the Hex crew and all that sort of stuff. So, people like that stuff, apparently. So there we go. We've got a few others here. Ben for BitBoy. Expecting a BitBoy Ben Armstrong's videos on Pulsechain and Hex this week, right? I haven't seen anything out there yet. Let me know if you have seen anything. But that's supposed to be on Pulsechain Hex. That's going to be really bullish, right? So big audience. It's a win-win for Ben, right? Grows his audience, gets the word out around Pulsechain and Hex. So it's kind of a win-win there. And there's always a discussion about who's it's more beneficial for, whether it's for the big influencers or for our community. But I think it's kind of a win-win. More token from Trayvon there as well, ticking away. Fluffy Slippers. I don't know if that's actually related to Somi or not, but it was a long time ago since it launched, and I can't remember what that was. Let me know in the chat if you guys remember. That's pretty much it. So what are the movers today? Blaster is up 9%. Access Live up 4% there as well. Note Token is pretty much flat today. Mega is down 5%, and Reflux, which is down 17%. And I believe you can watch a video of that with Rags to Riches. He did a video on Reflux, I'm pretty sure. That's kind of it at the moment. Everything, Pulse Dodge up 6%. There's a few little movers there up today on those. So let's jump to the main event though, Pulsechain projects. And we can see that based on this, we've got Helgo up 3%. Let's see what else is doing well. Tetra is up 12%. Now, Tetra, of course, if you want to do limit orders on Pulsechain, then you can use Tetra Omnis, right? Tetra Omnis there. And, of course, I heard they actually got a V3 DEX running as well, not just V2. So definitely the Omnis is up and running. You can launch Omnis there. You can also swap up to 5 tokens for 1. So you've got 5 tokens you want to get rid of, and you want to swap it for 1. And you can do that on there. Pulsechain limit orders, manages liquidity, and more. So some really nice technology coming up from Omnis there. And, of course, you can just launch that product and get access to it. Bam, bam, bam. So Tetra is one to look out for. One of our more innovative teams is Omnis and Tetra, I should say. And, some good stuff happening there. And you can do limit orders. If you're wanting how to do limit orders on Pulsechain, this is the way to go. Now, you can do limit orders on 9inch, but you're only accessing the pools on 9inch, right? So you're not accessing like PulseX and stuff. You need to use Omnis here. So you can find, if you want the link, get into our Discord. We can give you the link as well. But here it is, omnis.tetra.run if you want to go do it directly. So not bad here. So there we go. And looking pretty good. Pretty good there. All right, so that is Omnis. Now, the other thing we're waiting for is some of the other projects. So if we come back to Pulsechain quickly, we can see that we are waiting for several things from Tetra. The Atlas dashboard, the Stratus drag and drop, which is going to be very, very useful, especially if you want to interact with contracts directly on Pulsechain. And, of course, Tetra staking pools as well. So, obviously, they get sold out super fast. We covered the first round of those pools. They got sold out super fast. We come back to the Tetra website, tetra.win, and we can see Atlas. Atlas is a Web3 front end for Tetra. You can see the front end here. I think it's going to be pretty popular too, this front end. Dashboard allows users to manage their Tetra user account, deploy or publish automation and strategies. You know, a lot of people are going to use that, right? It's going to open it up for a lot of non-coders. Search for and manage crypto assets and track portfolio progress there. So I think that's going to be pretty useful. Soon to be entered private and public beta, they're saying on here. But at the end of the day, we are waiting for some news around that. The other one, of course, is Stratus. So obviously Omnis is live now. Atlas, we're waiting for that with the Web3 front end, and you can do automations and strategies, etc. Stratus, of course, I really like this because if you guys have done Blender 3D, let me know in the chat there if you've done Blender 3D. It's like 3D software. It's a public open software. It's really up there with the commercial type of softwares, but it's free. And they have, when you're doing like, if you want to change a color on something or do some sort of cool stuff to animations and things like that, or 3D objects, there's all sorts of different applications. You can use drag and drops where you got these kind of nodes and connectors, as I call them. So the connectors are these lines here. You see these little dots that sort of allow you to connect to, and then you've got these nodes, and these nodes normally have some sort of feature. In terms of a smart contract, there will be something, a function or something that you want to interact with, and maybe have some, you can set up some different types of things like price alerts, limit orders, and sorts of stuff like that. So Stratus is a drag and drop editor from Tetra. Use Stratus to connect together with smart contracts on the blockchain and create automations or manage complex strategies without writing a single bit of code. So this is where it's bringing, you don't have to be a coder anymore. You can use visual interactions to set up cool little functions and other stuff like that. So you still have to have a little bit of a common sense in terms of you're going to set, if this hits this price, you then execute an order or something like that. You still have to have a little bit of that, but still it's going to make it opened up to a lot more people. So that would be very popular, I'm sure. So looking good there. That's from Tetra, and we're expecting these. We don't have really timelines for the Tetra ones. There's in yellow here, but definitely coming sooner than later. And that's just some of the awesome opportunities for mad gains. You know, Tetra is likely to do very well. At the moment, you can buy it on the market, of course, 0008000, and it's up 12% today. So some people are already front running you on this. It's just jokes, but you can see that the market's starting to value it, and it's almost at a breakout level, isn't it? Because it's still got those big products coming, applications coming. These are still coming down the line, Atlas, Stratum, and of course more of those big pools, those Prism pools were up, and of course we're looking forward to more pools, and they got sold out in quick time. Well, it looks like that's closed down now, but that is coming up as well. So man, the Tetra's starting to really get priced here. This is nice to see, right? We want to get these protocols on Pulsechain priced up, and not this, the volatility like a DGen type of protocol where you want things to start getting valued up for, some more fundamental value over time, making higher lows and defending those lows, things like that. So Tetra definitely looks like one of the most innovative projects on Pulsechain. So definitely big opportunities to make mad gains with that coming up. And it's still early days, right? Still early days on Pulsechain and the bull market generally. Putius, of course, is another one. The big DEX aggregator, that's doing pretty well. So looking good there. Putius doing pretty well, up 2%. There's another one, obviously, to blue chip for your portfolio is Putius, and you can see it's already broken up. This is what I'm talking about. This will probably happen with Tetra. See how Tetra was sort of zigzagging like this, and it's sort of coming up into sort of this move. Maybe it comes back down and it's off to the races. So Tetra might do something like this too. Now, obviously, Putius is a DEX aggregator, so it has aggregates all these volumes from all these other DEXs on Pulsechain, and starting to get priced up, right? The market's already saying, hey, you guys are cool. You guys are doing $20 million a day. We're going to come and buy some of your tokens, right? And they got more stuff coming down the line as well, Putius, so looking good. Also got MEV bot protection, which now Portal X has got as well, right, for in protocol. It's doing pretty well there. Now you can get some more risky protocols on Pulsechain, like PDRIP, 5.83%. So if you like drip on BNB, then obviously you can do PDRIP here as well. So not bad at the moment. $8.96, which is kind of funny because it's kind of when I first started talking about it, wasn't quite this low in price. I was talking about it right back here when it launched, obviously, because I'm covering virtually most projects when they launch on Pulsechain. That's part of what is cool about this channel. We're documenting Pulsechain's, what do you call it, rollout, as we might say. And we were talking about it back in. It had mad gain pumps, and then it sort of came back down again. Had another big pump here. The volume came in, another big pump, and back down here, all the way down to $4.87. So it's a bit of a roller coaster ride, but this is an ROI protocol. It's got some cool things to it, but once again, you still got the ROI protocol kind of behavior. Now looking back to blue chips again, liquid loans up 4%. Pulsepot from Jacob's ecosystem. Obviously, like Tetra, one of the most innovative teams out there is Pulsepot team with Jacob's ecosystem. Obviously, we cover it pretty full on this channel. You're talking about Pulsepot, BNB Pot, TRH, TYCZ, and PUSD Algo, which we're going to talk about again today. I'm super bullish on that project. Minter, of course, one of the top 5 NFT marketplaces, up at 2.8% at the moment, and that's had some good times as well. TRH, of course, from Jacob, we talked about that. Beetroot Privacy Hub is up 3% today. Time Token from Internet Money up 3%. And of course, big volumes have moved up through Time Token. We'll probably kind of come back and check up on Time Token and Internet Money again in the future. But man, Pulsechain volume absolutely was through the roof. And so we'll kind of keep tracking that as well. With their Pulse reflections up 8% there. Texan Token has been crushing it lately, and 15.5% up today. So let's have a quick look at Texan Token, the endowment token with Rag to Riches Crypto Heartbeat. And these were the first endowment tokens on the blockchain at all. And they were launching on a Pulsechain. So pretty amazing there. 506,168 had a nice little pump there. Still in the zone, like at the top of the range. But we'll see whether it can break up to a new high when we start getting the bull market really rallying on there. It's obviously sister project. There's Ophir there, up 6% as well. What else we got going here? Goat Token. Now, this is real innovation on Pulsechain, right? Obviously, you can now do NFTs. David Feder set this up. Obviously, David Feder dominates the validators, so 55% or something like that of validators have gone through his Pulsechain validator website. And obviously, they've moved into doing NFTs, which means you don't need 32 million Pulse to be a validator on Pulsechain. You can have up to 64 NFTs to get the same equivalence of 32 million. And so that means you can just own a little bit of a Pulsechain validator and earn Pulse from it. That's kind of cool there for the smaller retail player. And that's just part of the innovation. I guess if we don't have things like Rocket Pool, we do have things like DGM Protocol and, of course, NFTs to validate. So we got our own innovations to meet that standard. And that's looking pretty nice there, up 5.8%. What else is down? Internet Money is down, ironically, 20% compared to Time Token. Time Token is what you need to earn a share of the profits on Internet Money Wallet, which is a beautiful innovation, right? So this is where I come back to, Pulsechain is super cheap and super fast. That's really helpful. But what really is the selling point really well is the fact that you can compound really cheaply. We've got all these protocols compounding. And of course, another big element is that you got profit sharing. And that's where Internet Money comes in. Because if everyone's swapping on Internet Money, they're using some of the best DEX aggregators like Patias and things like that, then you're making all the profits, not Uniswap, not some big fat corporate that wants to KYC you and dox you in to the central authorities and all sorts of crazy other stuff that these guys are up to, but actually full on DeFi. And you get to earn a share of the profits from everybody swapping. And they seem to be growing quite nicely. So it seems to be heading in the right direction from Internet Money Wallet on Pulsechain. And those profit sharing are working really, really nice. So some good selling points and projects to get into. What else is going there? SparkSwap up at 10% today. Another sort of DEX ROI type of protocol. B9 up 7%, the security token. Communist up 4% there. What else is looking pretty interesting? PLN, of course, Pulse LN. You can't count down Pulse LN, right? One of our on-ramps, off-ramps to Pulsechain. Also uses the Lightning Network super fast. And recently they increased their amounts that you could use up to 2,500, which really starts to help a lot of people in the retail book. And you can use Ethereum, whatever, BNB, Bitcoin Lightning Network. Really, really cool service there. And this one here is probably going to absolutely rocket through the moon. Another one that's keep a lookout for. And if you haven't used it, definitely check it out. It also has a referral code, I believe, as well, so you can get into doing referrals for Pulse LN, looking pretty nice. So I think I might have let's just pull that up while I'm here. Pulse LN. I think I've got that here. Bam. There it is there. That's the front end for Pulse LN. And like I say, you can use Lightning Network. Look at that. Bitcoin Lightning Network, Ethereum, BNB. They've added so many other chains, Optimism, Arbitrum there. So if you want to, I talked about the fact that we've got Prodank sharding upgrades going on, testing with a Gurley network for Ethereum. Well, if you want to speculate on the second layers, which will benefit principally from that, maybe if it launches by on mainnet on March, then Optimism and Arbitrum are some stuff that you can pick up. And as you guys know, I'm into a modest diversification, and that is multi-chain as well. And so some of these might be some good pickups here for the bull market and benefit directly from a proto-dank sharding there. And of course, we're talking about blob data and the advantages that will have by reducing fees by about 89% on those chains. So some pretty big deal there. And you got other chains here as well, like even Ethereum Power there as well, which is kind of funny. So you can even pick that up. So kind of cool stuff there. And like I say, there are referrals and other things on like that. And so this here, it certainly needs to get more light shine upon it as well. So you've got all these other features that you can use here on PulseLN. So that's app.pulseln.com. Really, really cool. You can find all these links in our Discord under useful links. And of course, the moderators can help you out if you want to hit up on those. So looking pretty good. PulseLN, some really good stuff here. These are some of the existing protocols. Obviously, we've got lots of new ones coming up as well. Some of them highlighted here. There's many more others. But these are some of the existing ones that you can go and pick off as part of your blue chip strategy if you got one of those. Looking pretty good. Texan token up 16%, looking like a boss today. And Rags Riches is really crushing it on that, doing some good stuff out there. PHX, of course, all the PHX universe stuff, all top tier protocols with Fame, Fiat, and Famous. Did I get them all right? Fiat, Famous, and Fatty. So yeah, they're doing pretty well as well. So you can pick some of those off also. All right, those are some of the existing ones. And of course, I wanted to talk quickly about the ecosystem in general. We've got so many projects coming to Pulsechain or launching, over 180 of them. And of course, you can see here, just on this chart here from Pulse Wallet, Pulsechain ecosystem, just one of the many charts that you can find in Discord. And the projects, we've got a couple of these from different people that have put them together. And you can see this way they've organized it. We've got charity coins, markets, information coins, projects, gaming, dApps, off-ramp, on-ramps, different tokens that you can get into, different social platforms that are launching, or like a lot of these haven't even launched yet. PLS Speak, Love.io, Pulse Unity. I think Love.io wasn't it? They're one of the sponsors for the Hex conference that we just had with Maddie Allen. Exchanges like that. So yeah, we've got a lot of these social protocols that are expected to launch in the future. We've got obviously a lot of exchanges that have launched. We're going to have many of these probably. I wouldn't be surprised if we have 20, 30, 40 of DEXs, depending on how much they can innovate. People can innovate with that. But probably a lot more V3 DEXs coming. I know of at least one other that's coming in addition to Omnis there. Hex Info, a lot of information sites, of course, a lot of tools for searching tokens and are things good and stuff like that. Got lots of those. Cross-chain solutions, of course, thinking about Portal X and stuff like that. Token Express, Go PulseX. Metaverses, of course, that's going to be a big area of explosion is metaverses, Web3, gaming, right? These are all big areas of future growth on Pulsechain. Being super fast, super cheap really suits gaming. So expecting a lot more of that sort of stuff happening. DeFi, of course, tons of DeFi. And of course, this is where a lot of people, this is where I prefer to be at. I love DeFi and the value potentiality offering there. You can see many projects in that list. And then, of course, if you love the NFT space, obviously you guys know I was really the first and pretty much only influencer that I covered NFT markets at the very beginning because I felt that it was being overlooked. 721 contracts, 1155 contracts on Pulsechain. Everyone's talking about PRC20s, but you want to help out these early project teams. Obviously, whenever you cover something early, it's a bit like the Wild West. You always have some people that are out for no good, but then there's also a lot of good people out there too. So hopefully they're the ones that rise to the top. And now the NFT marketplace is really big, right? We've got 5 NFT marketplaces. We've got 2 more coming, right? Pixel Park from Power City. And of course, 9mm, we've got an NFT marketplace as well. So we have at least 7 strong NFT marketplaces out there. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see that explode. And of course, the number of projects now, it's got to be in huge numbers. I don't even want to say it's probably hundreds, thousands. I don't know. It's a lot. And when I started out, there was only like half a dozen. And now there's like so many now. And of course, they're all competing for attention and for creating big communities and stuff like that. So there's a lot of range of quality out there. But certainly a lot of fun trading. Now, I want to give a big shout out to Beatbox because they were kind of the first out of the box there. They didn't have any sacrifice project. But they got out there and just got out there and did things. There's Pedro was out there doing this stuff, and he helped fix up a few problems with some other projects, and that's been quite useful. You can see looking really good there at with some of the sites. I think they've got a V2 coming up. I don't know if it's launched yet, but they've got V2 there coming up as well. So many NFT marketplaces on Pulsechain. What's the NFT on Pulse? That's another one that's out of the 5. We've got 5 out at the moment. So NFT on Pulse, just getting their stuff out there. So we've got a lot of projects you can invest in at the moment, or participate in different ways. You don't have to, obviously buy the token, but obviously Mintra is out there, and Mintra obviously super slick, and of course the price chart has been definitely performing pretty well. So Mintra out there. So many cool NFT marketplaces are really cool. Obviously Hex Toys as well. Hex Toys is another one, number 4. Let's see if I can remember all 5, but Hex Toys, because I haven't talked about them for a while. Let's go back out of there accidentally. Hex Toys. Okay, it's not even coming up for some reason. Why is Hex Toys not coming up there? Hex Toys. For some reason it's not coming up here at the moment, but Hex Toys is out there. And what's the final one? Is the Hocus Pocus, right? Hocus Pocus, Pulse Market. I think it's Pulse Market. Pulse Market. Yeah, Pulse Market. Yeah, we got it. Number 4 here, number 5, I guess, because there's also Hex Toys. I'm not sure why Hex Toys wasn't coming up. It must be on a different URL, but Hex Toys there. So there's lots of different ones. Sorry, the Hex Toys if I missed out on there. But that marketplace is out as well. So there we go. So lots of cool NFT marketplaces happening. A lot of people trading on those, and of course we've got Pixel Park coming up and everything else. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So some really nice stuff happening on Pulsechain. Before we get into that, I think we're up to that. So that's kind of cool. You can find a lot of these charts. We've got many others in the Discord under useful projects. So definitely join up Discord. I'll talk about that later on. Power City coming up as well. This is the big juggernaut, right? So talking about future ones, we've talked about Tetra there. Talked about Barista, which could be coming out this weekend, a front end for liquid loans. Power City Earn Protocol, that's the big juggernaut, the big next blue chip to launch on Pulsechain. Looking forward to that big time. And then, of course, we have other projects like Win-Win there, a staking prize pool hybrid. And, of course, 99 Pro's got tons of stuff coming up there, including the NFT marketplace. And, of course, we're going to talk about Jacob's ecosystem in particular around the PUSD Algo. Many projects coming to launch by Jacobs. And, of course, PulsePot, that's absolutely crushing out there at the moment. The world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino, which is amazing, on Pulsechain, right? So that's kind of cool. But Power City is the next big one. And Power City is got their Earn protocol currently on testnet. And, of course, this is a liquidity fork as well. It's going to collateralize PulseX, making it, taking PulseX off the market big time. And, of course, we saw liquid loans take, 6.5%, 7% off Pulse off the market. And so what's the PulseX going to do? It's going to be really popular and take a lot of PulseX off the market. And also issue our third stablecoin on Pulsechain, PXDC. So, we got up, to $28 million for USDL stablecoins. How much PXDC are we going to have? $40 million? It's certainly going to be fun to see how much PulseX gets turned into a stablecoin, and that's a bullish, right? So, fun times ahead. And profit sharing, right? Portal X, Swap, Earn Protocol, all the profit going into the Power City core. People waiting patiently in the Power City core with their Watt tokens. And of course, you can buy Watt tokens on the market at the moment. And of course, here it is at the moment. So 840K liquidity. Watt token looking pretty good pre the launch of these big juggernaut protocols and profit sharing. Man, it's going to get explosive in this chart. So an opportunity out there. You do your own due diligence, but Watt token there for Power City is on the dawn of greatness in terms of profit sharing and the big juggernaut Earn protocol coming, the fork of liquidity, and powering up a PulseX is going to be pretty amazing. And of course, we've just started the bull market, right? Getting things moving at the moment. So kind of cool. 0034 at the moment with a bit of a pullback. Nice little re-entry. So, watch out, watch the space for that Watt token there. All right. That's pretty cool. That gets us into Algo. As you guys know, I've been covering Algo and the opportunity here. The 4th stablecoin on Pulsechain, but not a liquidity fork, not a fiat-backed one like Coast, but an algorithmic one. And of course, maybe like Terra Luna, but done right. This is the approach, right? So instead of having people involved, instead of having faulty mechanisms, maybe a full DeFi approach, fully automated approach with limit orders and things like that, stability miners is the way to go. And so it is speculative, but man, the potential is huge. And of course, a modest capital raise and a massive commercial upside. That's got to be good too if you're looking for mad gains on Pulsechain. The other thing, of course, is that 75% of the sacrifice lobby money will be going straight back into the protocol at day one. Now, that's kind of a dream come true. You're not having to wonder where the sacrifice money goes. It just is 75% is going straight back into the protocol, 50% into the liquidity pools. Got to set up like 3 or 4 liquidity pairs. There are 4 tokens on this protocol: Algo, PUSD, Wrap PUSD, and Flex token, the incentive token. So there are pools to be set up. And 25% of the capital is going straight into stability miner day one, which is the key mechanism for keeping the stablecoin pegged. So it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty bullish on this, and of course it addresses what they call the stablecoin trilemma. So we got Coast and we got Liquid Loans and Power City. They sort of address certain issues of trilemma, but scalability and TVL, scalability on Pulsechain, this is really addressed by an algorithmic stablecoin PUSD. And we can see that we'll be able to get Algo. Algo is going to be the one that everyone's after, right? Algo is going to be I want to get Algo, and of course this is kind of like a Luna coin. And PUSD with the awesome brand name is kind of like CST, and people are going to be able to issue themselves stablecoins with PUSD there as well. PUSD is going to be pegged to Liquid Loans USDL, so it's already got a lot of stability strength there as well. And then people will be able to benefit from providing liquidity. There's also all sorts of kind of liquidity people are going to be able to provide to help provide that stability port there. It's going to be so good. And then, of course, you're going to be able to take any activity you do on the platform. You're going to be able to earn an incentive token, and it's going to be paid not from inflation, but from a V3 DEX with the fees. So it's going to be awesome from that way. It is based on utility. And, of course, any activity you do on the platform, you're going to be able to earn flex. So that's going to be popular, right? And then, of course, you're going to be able to stake your Algo token and your PUSD stablecoin and earn more Algo and stablecoin at modest rates, not like 20% like Anchor did for Terra Luna, but at more modest rates and appropriate rates to fit sustainability and the amount of users on the platform, etc. You're going to be able to obviously redeem your PUSD back into your stablecoin, back into Algo off the market, right? So off the market, you'll be able to do that. And of course, you'll also be able to do your swapping and all sorts of stuff. And every time you do something like this, you're earning a little bit more flex as well. So every time you do something on the platform, it's getting pretty cool. Now, the sacrifice is open. It's been extended for another 45 days. There are 30 days left in that process, which would be a 90-day launch. And at the moment, you can earn 2 types of bonuses. One is a referral bonus, which I've got one, the second highest in the video description. It's 19%, so you can use that. You start winning straight away. And you can see the fact that if you use a 19%, let's look for one of these examples. This person here at number 17. Actually, let's go to page 2, for example, because I've always go to page 1. Let's go this guy here. This one's number 30. Biggest sacrificer. They had got a 19% referral bonus, which is you can get in the video description. Start winning straight away. Now, they did over $1,000 inclusive of the 90% referral bonus, and that's their first bonus. So they start winning straight away. The second bonus you can get is if you do over $1,000 inclusive of the referral bonus, you get what they call a bonus X, and that is a random number between 1.01 and 2x. If you're wondering what these numbers up here, that is the random bonus X, and you don't know what it's going to be. So it's going to be random between that number. You might be very lucky, get a very high one. You might be less lucky and get just a low one. But in any case, that is what will happen. So this person here, where was I at? Number 30. This person here got a 19%. They got $2,380. They got a bonus X of 1.79, so a pretty good one. And they ended up getting grossed up to $4,260. Now, for every dollar that you sacrifice, you get 20 Algo coins. You get 200 Flex coins. Remember, Flex is the incentive version there. And you get 0.01 wrapped PUSD, which is kind of the reward token there for the stablecoin. And so this person here ranked at number 30. They had $4,260, including the referral bonus of 90% and their bonus X that they got for having over $1,000 sacrificed. And they ended up getting 85,204 Algo coins, 852,000 Flex tokens, and 42 wrap PUSD. Now, they have obviously the total supplies down the bottom there. You can see there's 12.5 million Algo at the moment, 124 million Flex, etc., and 6,240 wrap PUSD stablecoins. Now, we saw the PUSD stablecoin operate as a prototype, and it did very well earning fees. So that's a very promising and was very stable as well. Now, the one thing we're going to say is that if you want to participate, all you have to do is check. You can either sacrifice a Pulsechain Ethereum with any of these coins, and all you have to do is send it to this wallet here, and you will get credited with the amount of tokens, just like all these people have down here. and we can see there's 106 pages of people that are participating so far. The thing I love about this is 75% of the sacrifice funds will be going straight into the protocol straight away, and I love that. And of course, 50% in the liquidity pools, 25% in the stability miner. And the second thing is that the modest capital raise and the potential commercial upside is very, very high, which I really love that opportunity. That's how you make mad gains in crypto, right? Now, that being said, of course, it is speculative. It is a fully DeFi approach to algorithmic stablecoins, and we're the first one on Pulsechain and the fourth stablecoin on Pulsechain. The other thing, of course, I love the brand name PUSD for Pulsechain USD. I think that's kind of a really good start there. Now, we're going to see more news from Jacob and his ecosystem, so keep your tabs on this. And of course, this is one of his many projects. He's also running TYCZ, which is a DeFi Binance project, and also TRH, the GameFi project. We're waiting for version 4 to come out on Pulsechain for that. And of course, he already runs PulsePot and BNB Pot there on Pulsechain and BNB's chain. So he's prolific innovator and one of our best devs as well. And so we're looking forward to that. And I think this is PSD Algos potentially could be very, very huge indeed. All right, so the links in the video description if you want to participate in that. That brings us up to an hour on the live stream. Man, oh man, I'm getting back to normal, back to my old days. So we've got lots of cool projects coming up, folks. A lot of innovation, a lot of big DeFi upside. I love DeFi, as you guys know, but there's lots of other opportunities on Pulsechain as well, NFTs, GameFi, and many others. So it is a good, cool place to be. Now, we're going to get into hex.com. How far through we probably got the data out. Before we do that, though, let's get back in the chat and catch up on the chat there. Man, woo, we've got a few people here. Let's see who else has jumped in here. We got Blockfish King with the emojis. Looking good there, Blockfish King. Hope you're having a good day today. We got One True Text in the house there. What's up? Formerly known as Lost in Crypto, man. It's quite a name change. Good to see your One True Texan name though. Looking good. I'm sure Rags would love that. Wookie says not only poetry, but he has recorded a song as well. Nice one there, Wookie. Brendan says this is an alpha show today, says Brendan. Hey, thanks for that. Appreciate that. Yes, come on, let's go Beans. Yeah, looking for Barista, right? Barista's going to be so good. That is coming to possibly launch this weekend. Have I got the link up? I can't find the links for some of these. No, there it is. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Let's show this. This is the Barista one. That's what Wookie's talking about. That is it there. So this is Barista. We're waiting for this to come and launch soon. And maybe I'll just have to log on here just to give me a second. Let me go to Pulsechain testnet v4. Bam. And let me just log on here. All right. And connect. Bam. So that is it at the moment, and we are on testnet. We've been harvesting our bean tokens because we want to make lots of bean. Now there may be an airdrop, a real airdrop. So this is probably the only testnet, is it? Maybe one of the few testnets that have been on there that actually might airdrop me some real tokens. So we've been harvesting the bean on here, and kind of cool. How many bean have we got to harvest? 8,000 at the moment. So I can harvest that later on. I'll do that later on, but that's kind of cool. I'm waiting for this, potentially launching this weekend. Barista front end for liquid loans, and the two big things, of course, auto balancing and the bean token incentive. So it's going to be fun to see that launch. Big shout out to Magic Upright team as well. All right, good one there, Wookie. Remind me that I actually hadn't talked about that one. I talked about it, but not actually shown the DAT. We got Tim Top in the house there. What up, Hexicans? Good to see you, Tim Top. Tim Dot says he's fond of Hex as well. Me too. Me three. You three. El Pacino is in the house there. Your stream is on fire. Thank you. Hey, you're welcome. And European Wales says great video. RH on fire says Europe. Yeah, absolutely. RH crushing it. And we're looking forward to more Magic Upright. Shifu's in the house there. Is PulseX listed on Kraken? Don't believe so. No, don't believe so. What else there? Zen Crypto, Trump chart blowing up overall. Overall says Zen Crypto. Yeah, it's been doing pretty well. I definitely added it to the meme coin charts. You might have seen it there when I was there. So definitely looking good. Hey, we've got Crypto 7 in the house. Another big influencer in the Pulsechain Hex space. Number one in the UK is a Crypto 7. Bitcoin looks to be going back above 40K. Pulsechain up as well. Yeah, I like it. It looks like it's turning Crypto 7. Good times all around, I think. At 38 is our support line, and maybe Grayscale has run out, and hopefully we have no more supply shocks and onwards and upwards. But it's good to have a pullback after a little rise there. It was one of the scenarios, of course, after we had the ETF launch. We had a couple of days of kind of modest pullback, and of course Grayscale and the FTX there really started to pull that down, fulfilling some of that scenario that people were talking about. Al Pacino says, is Batias Dex a good one to use? Oh, very good. I mean, everyone's using it, to be honest. It's got MEV bot protection as well, Al Pacino. So using a different RPC so that people can't front run your trades and stuff like that. So really good for traders, anybody really. Sequence says Trump will blow only 70% market cap. Yeah, I definitely had that the other day, so it's definitely sitting there now. Tail7 says, I've got some Trump too. LP is very profitable. X Crypto, Zen Crypto says, I'm pressed that Trump has so many. You guys come in and shill Trump. I can see that now. Let's not overdo it, though, guys. Let's not overdo it. Rachel Richards in the house there. It's been way too long, dude. Hey, Rags. Hey, it's funny that Rags is in the chat because I was talking about Texan and Ophir the last 2 days. And, of course, Rags absolutely crushing it there, and it's doing very well indeed. Keep crushing it, brother. Hey, you too, Rags. Big shout out to you. Got a couple of influencers in today. Nice to see you both. Crypto7, Rags to Riches, and Sandy Beach. There's 3 in a row there. I think Sandy Beach is here. Pretty sure. Maybe Sandy Beach is not here. No, I can't see Sandy Beach is here. Sandy Beach is in most days, though. What else there? Our top Pulsechain streamer right here says Al Pacino. I appreciate that. Thank you. What else there? We got Wookie in house there. Yeah, if you want to join Strategy Club is looking at opportunities on multiple chains. It's not just Pulsechain. Our Discord is Pulsechain Hex Discord. But if you want to join multi-chain Strategy Club, we look at lots of other different projects and anything that will pump the bags, right? That's what it's all about in crypto. Or are you in it for the tech? Let me know. Are you in it for the tech? Let me know in the chat there. I'm in it for the tech. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, I'm in for the tech. All right. That's pretty funny. All right, let's go to Stefan as well. Nice. I love node-based like Houdini and Blender. Yeah. Hey, look, if you've not used Blender's a very good example of using nodes and connectors to do cool stuff. And I really like that from Tetra coming up. It's going to be so good. Harry Williams says, yo. Good to see Harry Williams. Yo. Hope that, okay. If you're pushing Trump all the time, can anyone stop pushing the Trump token? Otherwise, we're going to have to ban them all. Okay, it's okay putting a couple of little comments about Trump token, but if you're going to spam the chat, we'll have to, moderators, you can start deleting any Trump stuff from now on. That'd be useful. Tokens, Trump tokens. Obviously, I support Trump for president, but we're moving on. All right, so we got Fast Abdul in the house there. PHUX Exchange has been doing crazy volume. It's thinking about Trump actually. See that in Canada with the fascist Trudeau running the place at the moment like a dictator. The court there actually called that his use of the emergency law there was unconstitutional. Isn't that a big win for freedom? Man, oh man. There's still a bit of hope, right? The courts aren't completely corrupt over there. And what is common sense? What is common sense, right? And of course, using that against the people, stopping people's bank accounts and all sorts of stuff over there. It was completely ridiculous. Saying that the people are like a foreign invasion army, that's what they're talking about. People that are fighting for freedom, they're dancing out on the streets and protesting for being oppressed, and that apparently they're the enemy. This is nonsense, right? This sort of crazy nonsense. Well, they remove laws and freedoms. But anyway, a big victory today with the use of the emergency laws as unconstitutional. So a big deal. In fact, the courts went even a step further and said that they actually inhibited the rights of the people in the People's Charter there. So that really big wins, folks, in Canada. If you're in Canada, folks, check out Polyev as for the new Prime Minister. Honestly, get her out there, spread the word, support him. And he's moving back to common sense and basics, back to freedoms and liberty, all that good stuff, and away from the elites and the WF and all that fascism that's coming from them. So, yeah, just really exciting, folks, and a huge win for freedom. I mean, without freedom, what can you do, right? What can you do? It really is a problem. So, you might be able to. They're trying to take away food. You see the WF They're trying to attack coffee, attack farms. I mean, this is insanity. Yeah, it's a really big chance for people to push back for freedom. And what a victory today. Really, really good to celebrate. Anyway, I don't want to go too much on that. We are a crypto channel, but it was a big win. Archie says the win streak counter they just introduced on PulseBot is on fire. Oh, nice. Okay, we might check that out as well. Let me just, I don't even know if I got PulseBot up there. Really starting to do digress here on the channel, but we'll let's see if we got PulseBot there. They got the calculator. Let me look here. Boom. I'm not actually sure where that is on. I did see it on the news flow, but I'm not sure where that counter is. A win streak counter. Let's see if I can see that. Oh, there it is too. Oh, let's show that. That's a really good idea. Let's show that. So this is PulseBot from Jacob. Obviously, I talked about PUSD just now, algo, but this is huge. Look at that. That's really cool. Win streak counter. Nice. Next bonus payout, 3 wins for 1. Wrap PUSP here. Kind of cool. All right. So that is a new addition to PulseBot there. Now they're up to, I don't know how many games, but they're up to quite a few games here. Kind of neat there. If I'd logged on, I'd be able to see the number of games, but can't. But that is a new bonus there. Next bonus payout, 5 wins for 10. Next bonus payout, 10 wins for 25. Okay, cool. All right, so world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino on Pulsechain, PulseBot, and the price is holding up pretty well too, $3.84. So nice little stuff happening here. Nice one there, Archie. Good pull up there, man. All right, Crypto 7 says we are pumping. I should be streaming with Ivan tomorrow, guys. Oh, well done, Crypto 7. Ivan on tech, I guess you're talking about there. Well done. Pumpkin Al Punk Patino says Pulse LN. Wow, good stuff. Yeah, definitely a good on ramp, off ramp. If you're into Bitcoin, Lightning Network, or anything like that, like I said earlier, is a really good option to use there. We got Craig Pitt in the house there. Morning all. Good to see you, Craig Pitt. Let's see here. Smash the hello Hex Token everybody. Hey, Sandy Beach is finally here. Well, yeah, another influencer in the house. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. Always crushing it out there. A big shout out. Brian as well. I made it. Our community leader. Good to see you, Brian. What's up, folks? I made it. We got. I'm not sure which channel they shilling it on. Let me look. Okay, yeah. Now, if you guys, if moderators out there, if you want to delete all the Trump comments, because you guys, I asked you earlier not to shill them anymore. It's a shame because I'm covering it anyway, but you guys are just being a pain about it. So it's, I don't generally like to, if you see any Trump comments, just delete them, please, moderators. All right, let's jump through some of those. Let me see here. We got Brian says RH tokens moving. Nice. We'll come back to that. I think we talked about it. Let's see. Let's scroll down some of these comments. We've got Matt and Bali now. See how's Superman blasting something for more pulse. Nice. Blasting that money for more pulse. Very good. We got Hex from Pumpkin now. Looking good there. We need a magic carpet-ride emoji back. Yeah, I had to have it in earlier, didn't I, Sandy Beach? But maybe when it launches, we'll put the magic carpet-ride emoji back in the chat there. Matt feeling bullish. Hit the like button, folks. Superman bringing the alpha. Hey, thanks there, Craig. Appreciate that. And if you want to join our Discord, that is the link there as well. Thank you, Brian. Let's see here. Jump in that. Sandy Beach will be posting her workout later tonight, so keep a check out for that, guys, on X social platform. Doing a great job. Valen says, hi all, and Superman, what do you think of the contribution target is for PUSD Algo Sacrifice? I think it's $1 million. Yeah, I think it's $1 million. I think they're if you take out the bonuses at the moment, I think they're sitting about 270. I do understand that Jacob's got more influencers going to be covering it, as I understand it. I do encourage other influencers out there to check it out. Obviously, it is speculative, like many projects, but I think that he's a full DeFi approach is probably about as good as you're going to get to success for these setups, and I'm really positive about it. And the prototype certainly ran very well. What else there? Let me jump in here. Welcome to the chat. Lucky number on Pulse. Yeah. We got Wookie as well, and jump through that. Let me jump through those comments. Yeah, wrenches up there, says Brian. Absolutely. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Let me jump through some of those comments. Yeah, Valiant says if you want freedom, you might be a terrorist. Apparently, yeah. Handy to believe it, It's part of what made the West and modern society so successful is freedom, right? Not removing freedom and having fascists take over. That's certainly not the case. All right. I love freedom, says Sandy Beach. Me too. So look here, jump through some of those comments. Let me jump through all those comments. And Andre says, make Pulsechain great again. Yeah, true. I like that one. It's a good one. Pumpkin Owl says, PulseBot will be a premier site going forward. Burn rate is beyond generous and only one game going so far. Wait till they launch the other 7 and probably a lot more. Yeah. So they're going to be launching some more games on PulseBot. And then, of course, when Fetch Oracle is fully up operational, they'll be able to launch some of the other games that they needed Oracle for that they currently have on BNB Pot. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Hex Token Socials, and you're most welcome. Globalists are insane. They are indeed. And of course, we're trying to get rid of them somehow. We've got to push back in any case. All right, let's get back to the Hex daily stats. And we're going to wrap up with that. So Hex at the moment, hex.com, check it out. You can buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain. Burn it for T-shares and start mining more Hex. So let's have a look at the results at the moment. We got day 512. We haven't got Ethereum out yet. We got yesterday's number. Yesterday's number was 6.8, and the day before that was 9.1 Hex per T-share. That's kind of your headline number you're wanting to get. Today's number, we haven't even got Pulsechain out, so they're quite late actually because we're 47 minutes in the day. Pulsechain's number yesterday was 6.8, so we had 6.8 the last couple of days there on Pulsechain. So that is the rate that you're getting for reward. And day 1513 is not out yet, so I don't know. This is a little bit delayed. Normally they used to get out around 20 to 40 minutes, but we're already like 47 minutes in the day, so not sure what's going on there. So day 1514, we'll try and cover the results tomorrow, but in any case, that is where we are at this stage. I'm just trying to see what were the T-shares. T-shares were down 50,000 the other day. Wow, up 2,000 yesterday. Yesterday. We're waiting for today's results. But we're sitting at 9,571,000 T-shares on the old Pulsechain, or Ethereum side, I should say, which is pretty dramatic change. So if you got T-share, you are pretty lucky. And yesterday, oh, look at that, big penalties yesterday of 44 million. What a day. No wonder we had such a big number for the payout on day 1511 on Ethereum, 9.11 Hex per T-share. So pretty cool if you're a T-share miner. Loving that, right? Loving that, and for sure. Let's look at the growth numbers. Up 23 liquid holders. Miners still going down. We had 119,000 miners. Maybe we're about to break that in maybe a week's time. Might be below 119,000. On Pulsechain, of course, the results have been pretty good as well. Oh, we had a big jump in share rate too. Look at that. 167 jump in T-share rate on day 15, which would have been day 255. I think it was, 255, so 31,840. T-shares also down on Pulsechain, but not as aggressive as what we saw on Ethereum there. And what else is going on here? Yeah, pretty modest penalties, not like we saw on Ethereum with that 44 million. The growth numbers still growing liquid holders on the Pulsechain and still growing miners there. So a lot of the growth on the Pulsechain side. But, T-shares, what's that? 9.6 million. So how does that compare to the T-shares on Ethereum? We've got 9.6 million on Pulsechain. We're under that there. So we've got about 30,000 T-shares difference, 30,000 T-shares less on Ethereum, which has been flipped, right? That's been flipped. So, no, has it been flipped? No, it's flipped back, actually. It's flipped back. We've had a reflippening. Let's go about a reflippening there. Anyway, that is the old numbers there. Obviously, day 1513 is not out yet. But we're just coming up, just started day 1514. And of course, on Pulsechain, we've just started day, let me just remind myself, day 257 on Pulsechain. So we just started that off. Hey, look, and the numbers are bounced back. So someone was calling that out. Obviously, at the start of the live stream, that wasn't the case, but looks like the market is bouncing back. So was that enough? Yeah, well, Bitcoin's at 40,000, so it's back over. That's positive. And hopefully, if we get a bit of stability there in Bitcoin, then Ethereum will bounce back up there. But fingers crossed on this. Still think we've got another day. Really will depend on that grayscale thing as well. So we'll see how we get on there. It may have been dropping off, but so far so good. Pulsechain, of course, can do its own thing. And here we are, Hex, to finish the live stream. How about that? Hex is up 4.7% at 1.6 cents. Zen token at $2.13 to start the new day. And Pulsex there is up 9% as well. So we're on a little bit of a rebound here, 4.33% on Pulsechain there. So bullish. All right, bring it on. Finally, if you won't join our Discord, it's $5 a month to join private Discord, 16 cents a day. Join up if you get all the access to all the information, all the cool insights and discussion. And of course, massive. We've got 1,250 members. You get access to all the different chat groups and audio chats and all the information, including charts and on ramps and all sorts of stuff like that. So place to be. If you want to join our multi-chain strategy discussion group, that's $35 a month, and you can join up today as well. All right, I think we're going to wrap up there. We've got 45 people watching at the moment, so big shout out to everybody. Hope everyone has enjoyed today's pretty full content. We've covered a lot of the blue chip ones that you could consider putting in your portfolio that could have absolutely mad gains. We've covered a lot of the future ones coming up in the near term, including Power City, Tetra, TR, Jacob's ecosystem, and much more like Win-Win and 9mm. We've covered all that sort of stuff. And so there's so much stuff to happen, folks, on the chain. We've got the magic carpet ride sitting in the background. And, of course, it's always good to hear and see Richard Hart move and lead the community. It's kind of cool. We may be in full DeFi, but, it's great to have a charismatic leader, isn't it, in the community leading the way. Let's see what else we got here. I'm just going to jump in some of these comments. It's like a miracle, says Wookie. It's like a miracle. I know. It's like a miracle. That's true. What else we got going on there? Let me jump through all those comments. Let me jump through that. Mega stream today, says Brennan. Yeah, I haven't done a stream this long for some time. I've been doing like shorter streams, like 45 minutes, and we're up to an hour and 20 today, so big stream today. Valiant says, as always, many thanks for the Alpha Suit, man. Hey, you're welcome there, Valiant. Hope you guys, it's always a pleasure to have you, Valiant, in the chat there. Great stuff, says Brian, our community leader. Thanks. And Craig Pitt there as well. Thanks, Superman. You're welcome. And Wookie says, why be a god when you can be a superhero Wookie? It says a Jedi Knight crab. Appreciate the badass stream, Superman, says Pumpkin Al. Sorry, it's Al Pacino says, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's play out something cool on the way out. What are we going to play that's cool? Something that's got to be cool, though, right? Let's play Richard Hart's New Year address, which kicked it off. It kicked off the Magic Up Ride. This had a little bit of secret sauce in it. I did a little edit version of this. Enjoy this. I'll see you guys in Discord. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, join Discord, all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. And of course, it's nice to see green charts for the beginning of the day, onwards and upwards for Pulsechain. The chance of a lifetime to make mad gains everywhere. And we're still pretty early in the bull market cycle, so kind of fun. It's going to be a good ride.
Pulsechain has higher throughput, better security, lower environmental impact to the point of nearly none, is a newer coin with more features, is faster than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin has an $800 billion market cap. Pulsechain doesn't. Why? Well, we're new. We're on the way, right? Things will get better, in my opinion. So, and for you listening, is that a forward-looking price statement? Nope, not a forward-looking price statement, not financial advice. So we've got a wonderful network. We've got wonderful features. We've got wonderful airdrop. There's, you can do lending on the Pulsechain network. There's projects that let you borrow coins. There's projects that there's stable coins on Pulsechain. There's all types of stuff people have launched on Pulsechain. Guys, the network is good. Works great. Oh, and the bridge is free too. Somebody set the bridge to 0 fee so that using the bridge has no fee, both directions. So if you go to bridge.pulsechain.com, there's no fees currently. In, out, either way, no fees. Now you're going to pay a fee on the Ethereum network. Nothing you can do about that. That's Ethereum's side, right? So you got a great network and you got a ton of free coins. And it's been worked flawlessly for 7 months. Go make it great, guys. Launch stuff on it, use it, build fiat on-ramps, make a money transmitter in your state, make a licensed money transmitter in your state, and you can, make the community better.